Joining me now is Congressman Steve Cohen, a Democrat who serves on the House Judiciary Committee. So you heard Keilar's reporting there of what is expected, or should I say what is maybe not expected. There's just so many questions about what is going to be coming Congress's way tomorrow. What questions do you have about this?
Well, I've got a lot of questions about Pompeo, who feigned ignorance of the whole process in an interview a couple days ago when it's been discovered he was on the call. So Pompeo should have basically recused himself because he's going to be a witness. And he's not being straight with the public when he said he didn't know anything about it. And he also said he picked up the whistleblower complaint, he read 2 paragraphs and he put it down and he went to some other work. Well, he's not doing his job. If you're the Secretary of State and you get a whistleblower complaint about something going on with the Ukrainian president and the President of the United States, you read that, you call in your advisors, and you find out and get to the bottom of it. So Pompeo's either not doing his job or he's lying to the American public about what he's doing. Same thing with Barr. Barr claimed he didn't know anything about the calls with the Ukrainian president, and the president hadn't told him anything about it, yet he's going all over Europe on a tour and meeting with heads of state at Trump's instruction and getting back to Trump on it and telling him to call Australia. Trump and Barr must have like a Coca-Cola cans connected with a string and talking to each other like they're BFFs, and he doesn't know anything about the Ukraine call, which is where the main conspiratorial theorists say something happened, and that's the main thing Trump wants to solve, is whether something happened in Ukraine. He thinks that Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails are there on some server from crowdsource, and he thinks that the whole Russia thing started there. Well, that's the crux of it. He's talked to Barr about it, and Barr denies it. So we got people in the administration who are involved and are lying to the public. It's a cover-up of a cover-up of a cover-up.
CrowdStrike, just to be clear, you said crowdsource. I know what you mean, though, CrowdStrike. I want to ask you, do you have confidence in the State Department Inspector General, who has requested this bipartisan staff briefing with congressional committees tomorrow about documents on Ukraine?
Only based on what the Inspector Generals are supposed to be, and every Inspector General I've ever had any knowledge of has been a straight shooter and an honest broker. I presume this man is similar, but I can't say anything personally about him.
Okay, and you don't have any information about this email that went to staff requesting this briefing?
No, I haven't. I just know that the country is in a terrible situation because we've had our national security jeopardized by a political call and interference sought from the Ukrainian president by our president, that this is very questionable and subverts the Constitution and is an abuse of his power. And that's what we need to be looking at and not going down rabbit trails. This whole thing of looking for what they're looking for and Barr's over in Europe looking for, it's the same thing on an international basis as if the president sent Barr to New Mexico to look for little green men out there and aliens. This is just conspiracy theory to the nth. The Mueller report has concluded Russia did it. The Inspector General is going to report, and this report is out to try to show that the intelligence community, that the CIA, that the FBI, that they're all wrong. The president should be working for the United States and not against the United States. And the CIA and the FBI and the Justice Department and the Mueller investigation are all part of what he's supposed to be supporting and not trying to tear apart and tear asunder.
The Secretary of State has sent a letter trying to delay depositions by key witnesses on Ukraine. The former special envoy to Ukraine, Kurt Volker, though, who resigned recently, is still planning to testify to Congress on Thursday. How significant do you see that to be?
Volker has a reputation as an honest broker. I think he wants to make sure that he participates in a meaningful way, and he wants to be honest, and he wants to clear his name. I don't think there's been any hair of the hypocrite on him ever, and no questions about his integrity. And I think he will come forward and give good and succinct testimony. Now, the ambassador who was hustled off 2 months early from Ukraine and basically terminated, and Pompeo had something to do with that, although Giuliani apparently was the instigator, and Trump got all these paranoid vibes about her, thinking she was against him when there was no proof of that whatsoever. She's been put off for a week, but she'll testify and she'll give the truth about what occurred in Ukraine May the 4th when she was pushed out, and prior to that with Giuliani, and that's important.
What?
But Dr. King said appropriately, justice delayed is justice denied. And that's what I think you're seeing from the State Department and the White House, is to try to have justice delayed because they're running out the clock.
What would you want to know? Like, what questions do you have for Kurt Volker?
What was Giuliani's role? Did he have any contacts with the State Department that confirmed that Giuliani was working for them, or if he's strictly a loose free agent? What were the issues that he raised with him? Did he have anything other than the conspiracy theories that we've seen otherwise to suggest that there was some underlying basis to his investigation? Did he know of anything, particularly with the Ukrainians? I think he has a lot of knowledge of Ukraine. He's been on the job for 2 years, and I think he knows about all the different players and would know if anything was untoward and anything that went on there. And I think Volker would know the answer to those questions, and I think he knows that there's nothing there. There's absolutely nothing there, and this is like looking for little green men.
All right, Congressman Steve Cohen, thank you so much for being with us.